In the hushed heart of a rain-washed city, beneath a sky awash with smoky blues and flickering amber, Nora lived in a quiet corner apartment above a sleepy laundromat. Her room was a sanctuary, a nest of warm lamplight, worn velvet curtains, and the subtle music of raindrops on glass. The world outside glimmered with slick reflections, neon blur sliding along the endless black avenues. Nora's days passed in gentle solitude, reading mysteries, tending to her potted violets, watching the evening descend. But every midnight, when most souls slept, the city called to her with a glimmer, one tiny golden light shining far down the deserted street, then softly winking out. Tonight, that golden spark flickered uncertainly and vanished. Something was dim, calling for her gentle hand. Nora wrapped herself in her father's old overcoat, took her umbrella, and stepped into the rain-laced night. Outside, the city felt different, empty, the air thrumming with a distant hush of secrets. Pools of lamplight cut through the mist, trembling across empty bus stops and overflowing gutters. She moved past shuttered diners and silent telephone booths, following the path of lamps she tended each and every night. Her job was humble but comforting, to light each lamp along Cedar Row, keeping darkness and loneliness at bay. Tonight, the lamps behind her glowed steadfast, but the gold ahead had vanished. Where the next lamp should shine, there was only a hollow grey mist. Nora's heart thrummed with curiosity, not fear. She pressed on, listening for the city's silent whisper. At the corner where the lamp should have burned, Nora found the pole cold and dark. She squinted into the blue-black twilight. Just beyond, a tiny coin of light glimmered and slipped away, like a paper boat pulled downriver. Gripping her lantern, she stepped off the path and into a narrow alley stitched with puddles and old murals washed to ghostly watercolors. The wind carried faint music, a swirling piano melody echoing through a gated garden nearby. There she met Poe, the alley cat, black as moonless ink, with eyes reflecting every ripple of neon. Poe rubbed against Nora's leg, meowed, and bounded up a fire escape. Nora, never one to ignore a friend's hint, followed. Atop the stairs, the city unspooled below, a patchwork quilt of lamplight and mist. From that height, Nora could see the city's arteries, narrow lanes, flickering neon, lonely benches under dripping trees. One lamp, far below, skipped and blinked, tracing a path as if inviting her further. Down she went, Poe at her heels, passing a bakery with fobbed windows, a newsstand stacked with yellowing papers, each stall manned by silent figures half lost in shadow, faces bright with the promise of a gentle smile, if only someone stopped to talk. One old lamplighter, Mr. Finch, tipped his hat from beneath drooping awnings, offering a knowing nod. "Lost a lamp, Listen close, and you will hear the city dream. The missing light is drawn where wishes are kept," he whispered, before returning to polishing brass in the rain. Nora pressed on, her heart glowing. Nora followed the clues, a glimmer down an underpass, reflections guiding her through a puddle-laced playground, the lilting tune of a street musician playing a lonely saxophone under an awning. Each soul she met offered a gentle riddle, a soothing word, or a comforting tune. The playgrounds rusted, carousels spun with the gentle push of a breeze, its painted horses frozen in time, casting straying shadows. She paused, letting the rain tick on her umbrella, while Poe circled her feet and the saxophone's melody grew softer in the distance. The city was not empty after all. It was quietly alive, every darkened window sheltering secrets and dreams, every puddle a mirror of gentle magic. Through this velvet labyrinth, Nora moved with calm certainty. Past the playground, Nora reached a tiny garden surrounded by crumbling ironwork and weeping willow branches. Within, little lanterns swung in the breeze, but the center was shrouded in shadow, a lost pocket of darkness in the luminous city. At its heart stood a child-sized wooden gate hanging slightly ajar, beyond which the grass glimmered with dew. Nora entered, heart swelling with the scent of damp earth and wildflowers distilling the night air. Poe brushed against her, and together they found a single unlit lamp set low in the garden, draped with ivy and a ribbon, her missing light. At its base, a note, "For the wish you forgot you would made." Kneeling in the silvered grass, Nora struck her match and carefully lit the ribboned lamp. Its flame bloomed low and golden, a blossom of hope in the hush. As the light grew, the shadows around her softened, entwining with warmth. All at once, familiar memories blossomed in Nora's chest, a wish she once made as a lonely child for comfort and company, for a world where quiet beauty shone through even the softest darkness. The garden rippled with firefly laughter, and old stone benches breathed out sighs of gentle contentment. Poe purred, curling on her lap. In that moment, the lamp's soft light braided together old sadness and new peace, a gentle magic poured into the velvet folds of night. The garden's lamp shimmered brighter, sending a filigree of light over the fences and out into the city. Nora rose and retraced her footsteps, Poe leaping beside her. Along the way, she found every window softly aglow, old Mrs. Lynn knitting beneath a lamp, the saxophonist in his attic nook humming lullabies, Mr. Finch polishing a new lantern with contented patience. Even the silent mannequins in a distant tailor's shop seemed to smile beneath their shadows. The rain slowed. Each street lamp she passed burned steadier, golden against the infinite navy. Nora's coat felt lighter, her heart cozy with accomplishment, the city now a patchwork of comfort sewn with tiny stitches of night magic. Back at her apartment, Nora changed into her flannel pajamas, set her rain-soaked shoes by the radiator, and tucked herself into a nest of blankets beside her softly gleaming window. Poe curled up at her feet, tail flicking as the last drops pattered on the sill. The city's quiet now held a gentle melody, the heartbeat of distant lights, the hush of hidden friends, the promise that even on the loneliest nights, every shadow may be softened by the glow of a single, caring soul. Nora drifted into sleep, dreaming of velvet blue streets, secret gardens, and the silent magic her lamplighter's heart had cast across the city. Quiet, beautiful, always there to guide her home.